Hello. Hi. I hope you're feeling well. I'm just laughing. My husband and I were just saying it's a new day, it's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good too. I'm feeling hopeful with possibilities. And, I realize that these are times that are feeling kind of heavy. They feel have felt dark. We're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with social injustice. We're dealing with political situation, fires, smoke, hurricane. We've got it all. And then there are our personal lives. So, these kind of times can bring us to feeling, I know it does for me at times, an underlying anxiety, and how do we manage these times for our own personal lives and for the greater good and what's happening in the global situation. I would how do we remember the light? As I said, I've been feeling hopeful this week. I'm hope many of you, I imagine, as I did, were watching the convention, and I felt like it was a message of hope and light and love. And in fact, those words were used. How do we move from fear to hope? How do we move from fear to love? How do we turn our challenges into purpose? Give people light and they will find the way. Be an ally of the lightness. Choose hope over fear. And we need light to see our way forward and love to love one another. Love to love one another. Choose a path to heal, to reform. Choose hope and light. Again and again, we heard that. That really is our path of the yoga world, right? That is our path of union. This is how we build our inner resources, is to keep connecting to that place. Our inner resource is one of love. It is one filled with potential and light. I was listening to Sharon Salzberg. She did a wonderful little offering of compassionate resilience, and I recommend it highly. And she spoke about a culture of wellness. That's what we want, a culture of wellness. And that's what we live when we live this path of yoga, a culture of wellness. And we cultivate that wellness through our practices. We connect to our inner resource through our practices. So when we move in our life, we remember who we are. We remember the power of spirit, right? The power of spirit is who we are. Today we're going to work with our yoga practice and a lot of breath practices. Breath practice, the yogis have known it for the ages, right? The great benefits. And science has come along, and I'm so grateful to it. And if you want to read more, there's so much on the internet. I particularly love Dr. John Doulard because he brings together Ayurveda, yoga, and science. And it's all there for us to understand and how it will support our life. And a lot about, how about nostril breathing. Now, some of us can't breathe through our nostrils for maybe physical reasons, but we can begin to learn, but the best we can, because the nostril breathing helps these tremendous benefits, these benefits of I'm sorry, I lost my thought for a second. It helps to it's, we'll be working with nostril breathing and kumbhaka poses where we're retaining the breath. And we know that nostril breathing helps to move us into the parasympathetic system where we're relaxing and calming, and as well as the kumbhaka, the holding, the retaining. It's actually said to be considered one of the most important aspects of our pranayams. There's little places in which we hold. Sometimes we hold short times or longer, and it helps the neuroplasticity and our stem cell production. And it helps also enhance nitric oxide, as does the nostril breathing, and really so much more. So it's a valuable tool for our mental and our emotional neurological repair. It's a valuable tool for living our life as best we can. So let's move into a practice, and we're going to begin in a yin pose. We'll begin in Widening Child, so that brings us on our knees. If being on your knees is not appropriate, come onto your back, draw your knees in and open them wide, and you'll take the same shape. Okay? So let's begin by coming onto our hands and knees. Prepare your space as you need to. If you're on a wood floor, I'm going to recommend, make sure you have a softness under your knees, and perhaps you take a blanket and spread it across the mat. So come onto your hands and knees and spread the knees nice and wide. Right? And then press your buttocks back towards your heels. Now that gentle press is important because it brings the weight into your hips rather than your knees. And you can come down onto your forearms. And again, there's that little press still in the elbows. So find your place that feels appropriate. And if it feels appropriate, you can spread your elbows and rest one hand over the other. And rest your forehead on your hands. And we begin by finding the place that feels, when I say appropriate, I'm referring to the edge of sensation, which means any more too much and any less would not be enough. So it's not all or nothing. And then we want that the muscles be passive. That doesn't mean you don't feel the muscles, but we relax them as best we can. We're not engaging them. So take a moment and scan around your body and see if there are any add-on of tensions in the body. And then take a breath and relax. Let yourself be shown. This is how we heighten our self-awareness, by coming into the body. And then we stay a while, because we are targeting the deep connective tissues. We're touching into the mindfulness, presence in the moment. And then we begin to work with the breath. So begin to just feel the breath right there in the abdomen as you gather there and store. And then you can find the rhythm of your breath. And that means count the breath as you inhale. 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om. See where your inhale goes to. Pause at the top. And then allow the exhale to match it. Or maybe even grow a count longer. If you are familiar with Ujjayi breath, there's a little contraction in the back of your throat. Use that. If not, just gentle nostril breathing. Take another breath or two before we finish. Hmm. And to release, if you're on your back, simply draw your knees in towards your chest. And if you're on your hands and knees, lift the torso a little with the hands to the earth. Come off of your buttocks. Lift one knee in and then the other, and then come back into child. And take a moment there. And if the body feels taxed in any way, take a breath. Relax. And then please press yourself back up to sitting. And come to sit at the edge of your cushion or your blanket. And as you sit, just take a look how your legs cross. What's the habit for you? And then cross them the other way. Let's just undo our habits a little bit. Over the years, I do this almost all the time, and the habits are pretty strong. But it might feel a little odd when you do this, but over the years, it feels less odd when I switch it up. Excuse me. So get grounded and grow long. Inhale your shoulders up and exhale them down. Just pause for a moment. And then if you would interlace your fingers, and as you inhale, stretch them overhead, slide your sacrum down, lift your heart. And as you exhale, slide your sacrum down and round the back. Press your arms away. And inhale again. Roll forward, inhale up. And as you exhale, round. Do that one more time. With a little arc, there's a gentle sliding of the sacrum, lifting of the heart. And as you exhale, round, pause there for a moment. You can continue your breath. Imagine someone holding your hands, and you can let go a little more. And then inhale it up. And as you exhale, release it down. Take your hands behind your back, interlace, and roll your shoulders back and stretch the arms back. Come to the edge and breathe for a few moments. Relax what you can. And then one more time, press out. This time, lift the pinkies up a little. Drop the chin down. One more breath. And then release your hands. Shake out your wrists or let the hands move in any way you need to. And once again, come to your seat. You can take your hands by the side, grow long. And then your hands can rest on your legs or on your lap. Sometimes I like to take a block or blanket and put that on my feet and just rest my hands there. And then take a few moments to feel the effect of one yin pose and a few breaths and stretch. Good. And then bring your hands now right to rest on your lower abdomen. Now let's just do a 3-part breath before we sit. So as you bring your hands on your abdomen, you feel your breath just rising and falling. And then slide your hands up to the ribs on either side of the ribs and slide the fingertips towards each other. And you take a few moments and you bring awareness to breath right at the rib cage, the midsection. And then release that and bring your hands, cross your arms, and bring your fingertips in your armpits and let the thumbs rest on the collarbones and just relax there. And then just feel the breath in the upper chest. Some of us are naturally upper, chest breathers. And some of us, it's a hard time to even get our breath up there. But when we breathe only in the chest, we're not getting the full expansion and possibility. So we're beginning to experience each of these parts separately. And then release and take one hand to the upper chest by the thumb on one collarbone and the fingertips on the other, and the other hand on the lower abdomen. And then feel the breath from the belly to the ribs, all the way up to the chest. And then let it relax from the chest to the ribs. Let the belly soften back. Each breath, belly, the ribs expand. The chest begins to expand. You breathe right up into the collarbones as best you can. Pause at the top and then release from the top down. And at the end, squeeze the breath out a little bit and pause at the end for a moment. And then take a few moments here into this 3-part breath. Now, if you're familiar with Ujjayi, little contraction in the back of the throat, sort of like call it the ocean sounding breath or the Darth Vader breath. Layer that on top of the 3-part breath. And just rest in the breath for another few moments. And then relax your hands. Relax the doing of breath. And let yourself be breathed. Feel yourself now in the effect of this 3-part breath. We speak of it as the Dirgha breath. Now, if at any time anything you're being asked of is not comfortable for you, of course, take care of yourself. You are the one in charge of your life. So in these moments, feel yourself, take inventory. Where are you? Feel this body and this mind and heart. The quality of breath and the energy. Hmm. Hmm. And let's take a few moments to take refuge. Remember where we can take refuge. It's already here. the place that is awake and whole, light and love. So remind yourself as we say, from now until I fully awaken, I vow to take refuge in loving awareness, my true home. And I vow to take refuge in the path of loving awareness, the road that leads me home. And I vow to take refuge in the Sangha, my teachers, my friends, my spiritual family, those who aspire to live awake and free. And then we remind ourselves these are our inner resources. We build them, remind ourselves. This gives us hope. We turn to the light and we take care of each other and we remind ourselves to awaken the bodhicitta, that heart that is here for others. So from now until all suffering is experienced as liberation, I will bring benefit and happiness to all. And when I say that, it reminds me the action I want to take in the world, how to live my life. And we just sit for a few minutes. And as you sit, you might hear the sounds around you and how they come and they go. And as you breathe, you feel how the body is moved, the sensations in the body. How the arms respond in the little movement as you breathe. And then as you breathe, you might notice the place that feels most predominant as you breathe. Maybe you're aware mostly as the abdomen rises and falls. Or for some of us, it's right in the ribs or the chest as it expands and contracts. And for some of us, just at the tip of the nostrils as the air comes in and out. And just take a few moments of inquiry and notice where you most predominantly feel the breath. And rest there. This is not a hard doing, it's an invitation to take rest. Take refuge. As your breath breathes you. And when the mind wanders, which it does, it's not a problem. So you notice the mind wandering, and with so much kindness, you just escort it back to the breath for a few minutes. This is the way we anchor the mind and concentrate the mind. It also lets us see where the mind tends to wander. And if it feels appropriate for you, let go of that one pointed attention on breath and simply rest back in that space of awareness itself, spacious awareness. And moment by moment, there's awareness of breath or sound, sensation. And we recognize in that space all conditions arise and pass. So let's sit together in that way for a few moments. In these final few moments, just align with your intention for yourself. Mm. And I remind us as a thought that has been presented by Deepak Chopra invites us into this centered thought. I am supported by the unlimited power of spirit. Just say that to yourself for a moment or two. I am supported by the power of the unlimited power of spirit. I am supported by the unlimited power of spirit. Mm. And then if you'd like, bring your hands in prayer at your heart and join me as we chant the sound of Om, the hum of the universe. So taking in a breath. And bow to your own heart and the resilience, inner resource, and spirit that you are. Jai Bhagwan, everyone. Welcome. Mm. Yeah. And so to release from sitting, just do what you need to. And then slide your feet forward. So you're making that little diamond shape as we come into one more yin pose, butterfly pose. So there's a little hinge at the hip, and then gently let your spine round down. Again, if you like that block there, it's always helpful. You can have a block or something to support your head, or take your elbows on your shins and your hands can support your head. So climb your way in. Relax what you can. And meet the moment. Choose a path to heal. We heal. We have to heal our relationships and with others and with ourselves. So when we meet an edge, we don't meet it with a hardness. We haven't done anything wrong. We relax. We're all responding to this life that is often challenging. We're living through incredible times. So we need each other, and we need our practice even more. And while you're here, connect back into that Ujjayi breath. And its rhythm. And then bring your awareness back down to the soft abdomen, the soft belly, as you gather and store. And now as you inhale, visualize the breath and energy traveling down from the right below the navel, down under the root, up along the back of the spine, over the crown to the third eye, right at the center of the forehead. And pause there for 2 counts. 1 Om, 2 Om. As you exhale, visualize the breath and energy traveling along the front of the spine, right back down, right below the navel. Again, 2 counts. So breathe in that way. Use the power visualization, which enhances the energetic body. So right from below the navel, down under the root, up along the back of the spine, over the crown to the third eye where you pause. As you exhale, down along the front of the spine, back down to the space right below the navel. So continue in that way. One more breath. And see if the body wants to drop in a little bit further. And to release, bring your hands to the earth and either roll or gently lengthen up. You can bring your hands behind you and lengthen out your legs. Just gently sink into it. Let yourself be supported by the bones. And if the body feels taxed, just take your awareness there. And then please come back up to sitting. Find your seat that feels grounded, long and alert. And we'll work with some sun breaths and into a kumbhaka breath, which means we're sustaining the breath, right? We're holding the breath. As we said, these kumbhaka have tremendous benefits, right? So we want to enhance our energetic being. It creates also a strong container. So as we're holding, you might come up upon a spot where it feels like I just can't hold any longer. We usually can go a little bit further than our mind says you can. We feel a little quiver or quake, and we feel like we need to let go. We let go, but not from a let go, just from a ability to gently let go. Okay, so we'll do this together, and you always have freedom to let go and move on to the next phase as you need to. Okay, this is your practice. So simply bring your hands out to the side, get grounded and long, take a few long, steady breaths. And feel the breath out, it travels up and down the central channel. And the next time we inhale, energize from your heart as you reach the arms overhead. Slide the sacrum down, gently lift the heart. And as you exhale, bring the spine to center and release. And visualize as you do this, beautiful sun circling all around you. And as you are expanding your own light, the next time we inhale up, keep the head to center, bring the palms together and cross the thumbs. Relax the breath as you exhale. And one more time, inhale, lengthen up, up, up. This time hold it. Gently tuck the chin back. You can bring your awareness right to the third eye as you hold the breath. Be a strong container as you sustain. You might even sip in a little more. Till there's a little quiver or quake. As you exhale, bring your arms out in front. As you inhale, draw your shoulder blades on your back. And hold. Not with a struggle. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And inhale, sun breath in and out. We'll do that series 2 more times. As you inhale, arms overhead, palms together, thumbs crossed. Exhale the breath. As you inhale, reach up, 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 lengthen out of the waist, and hold the breath. Swallow. Gently tuck the chin. Create those seals. Relax any extra effort. When the need is strong, as you exhale, bring the arms out in front. As you inhale, draw your shoulders back. The energy builds inside you. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Again, breath in between. This last time, you've all been doing it at your own rhythm, but even more so with less guidance. Inhale up. Relax. Bring it all up. And you hold till you're ready to release. When you do release, you extend the arms out in front and inhale, hold there. When you've released, take a breath or two. And to release the kumbhaks, release your hand down. As you inhale, bring your right arm up and exhale over. And then inhale, bring it up and over to the other side. And just gently move back and forth. So these gentle rhythmic movement helps to release the kumbhaks, helps to release the energy. And the next time you come over to the right side, Extend the left arm and stay a few breaths. Settle back down into your left sitting bone. As you inhale, grow long, and as you exhale, roll belly, ribs, and chest up. You can look up, you can look down. Relax that right shoulder. And begin to morph that left hand and elbow and arm. And then bring the arm next to the ear and ease your way in. And then press into the earth. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Pause for a moment there. And then inhale up through the right arm. Exhale, take it over to your edge. Press down through the right sitting bone. Elongate the spine. Exhale, roll it open. And then breath by breath, you can ease your way in. You can explore movement in your arm if you wish. You can just stay and feel the breath and the edge of sensation. Last breath. Release, press into the earth and bring it back up. And then bring your hands behind you. Your fingertips can either press towards your spine, right, like that, or away. And then roll your shoulder blades towards each other. Slide your sacrum down. We'll do a little back bend. And this is where the back bend happens. Slide the sacrum down. Shoulder blades toward each other. Press and lift the heart. And as you exhale, press it forward. And then if the neck is nice and long, 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 the chest feels lifted. It might feel appropriate for you to plunk the head back a little bit. Lift the heart one more time. And then open the mouth and stretch the tongue wide. And then release the jaw. Press into the earth and your hands roll the spine up. Your head comes up last. And then dog tilt and hinge forward. Walk your hands away. And as we did before, there's a gentle press in the hands to keep the weight in your hips. I like to come up on my fingertips. Lengthen the front body and you can exhale. Let the heart drop through a little bit. You can reach from one side to the other. And then let the head drop. Take a few breaths there. And you see that breath is always your ally, and there's a little movement that happens with that breath. And to release, walk your hands back towards your legs, lengthen your torso up. And pause for a moment. Feel this moment. The effect of where you've been. And then if you would release what you're sitting on, just lean back a little bit and bring your feet about as wide as your mat, right? And you lean back a little bit so your spine's long, and you just rock a little bit from side to side with the knees. Then you can coordinate it with your breath, inhaling up and exhaling to one side. Just open the hips a little bit. And the next time your knees come to the left, come on up to sitting. So your knees are open and your hand now can come onto to your right hip, and then just rock it in and out. And you might notice as you do that, the torso begins to follow. So just let it get nice and loose here. And the next time you rock and the belly turns, bring your opposite hand, bring them both behind the leg. Lift that left hip and shift it back. And then elongate and twist a little bit. You can walk your hands a little bit more to the opposite side. And then if it works, you come down onto your elbow. Now, of course, any of the stages, they're offerings. It's up to you, and you feel in your body if the body's ready to move to the next stage. And then if you want a little more, I like to take that hand in a little right angle, bring the hand to the floor, lengthen, help, let that press into it. It helps you twist. You can reach the other arm out and come towards the earth. And just play with that breath by breath, kind of wiggle and ooze your way in. Mm. 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 And then let your head, if it can, come to the earth. Relax both arms. Take a breath or two here. And then to release, slide your hands under your shoulders. Roll yourself back up. And then rock your knees the other way. And then take your hand on the left hip and rock it in and out. And then let the twist come all the way around. Lift and shift the opposite hip back. And wriggle your way in. So breath by breath. Use that hand if you like to make that little angle, and then find your way into this reclining, twisting. I don't know the name. Just feel it. It's kind of like wringing out the mop of all the tensions we carry. So we can turn to the light that we are. Take one more breath and wring it out. And then to release, slide your hands under the shoulders, roll yourself up. Pause for a moment in the center. And then find your way onto the ground. And when you come to the ground, bring your feet to standing. And bring the spine into its neutrality. So when we do that, we take your hands behind the back of your head, lift your head just an inch or so, let the head grow heavy and your hands, the neck grow long. And then replace the back of the skull to the earth. And with your elbows towards your side, draw your shoulder blades, press into them and draw your shoulder blades down the back and let them spread. And just feel that little arc in your neck. And now bring awareness down to the lower back. You'll notice if there's a big or a small arc. And just let there be a little rock. So slide your sacrum down and flatten the curve. And then rock your pelvis the other way and increase the curve. So just rock that back and forth. Little cat and dog tilt. And this is the way the pelvis moves. This is the little engine that could, right? It guides our forward bends and our back bends. It creates stability in our bodies. And then see if you can find the place in the center where there's just a little bit of an arc. And then stretch one leg down and stretch the other down. With your arms down by your side. So energize now right through the heels. Imagine this beautiful energy right in your center. Flow it down and then flow it up through the crown. And we'll do some sun breaths here as you inhale. Let the arms sweep up along the side, overhead. And as you exhale, bring them back down. Like little angels. We used to make those snow angels, or we included our legs. So this time just do the arms. And the next time you inhale up, this time interlace your fingers and point the index finger up. Press out through the heels and relax the breath for a moment. And then once again, stretch, 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 reach and inhale. This time we'll work with both the internal kumbhaka and external kumbhaka. So we'll hold here. This time you can again bring your awareness to the third eye or the tip of the nose. We'll do this together to begin. Exhale the breath, but keep your arms extended. Exhale it fully. Hold the breath out. You can even draw the navel back a little bit and tuck your chin. External kumbhaka. And when the need is strong, take your breath in. And exhale, release the arms and do a breath in between. Sweep your arms up and down. And then once again, inhale the arms up. Interlace, reach through the heels and the fingertip. Exhale. As you inhale, reach, 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 and hold it. Swallow. Let the energy build inside you. When you feel a little quiver or quake, the need is strong to release, then you release fully. And you hold the breath out. Empty of breath. Again, watching for that strong urge. Go beyond that first moment if you can. And when you need to, take a breath in, take a breath out. Let your arms sweep once or twice. And then do your last round. As you inhale, reach up, hold the breath, sustain it, energize through your legs and through your arms. When your need is strong, you release it, and you release it fully. Hold the breath out. Relax into the holding. Relax into the space. And then when you need, take a breath in, relax your arms, take your arms out to the side now in a T position. And to release, we'll do the little, as I said, little gentle repetitive movement helps to release. As you inhale, draw your knees in. As you exhale, let them rock to one side. As you exhale, inhale, bring them to the center. Exhale to the other. And then just let it move. You can lift the top leg and let the bottom one follow. Just gently move from side to side. And the next time you come over to the right, make any little shift you need to by tucking the hip under. And you can take your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Extend your left arm to the side or overhead. And as the knees move to the right, roll your belly, ribs, and chest to the left. The head can look up or to the left. Breathe into this. Feel the breath as that mover, the way the body unwinds a little, and then it's possible to deepen a little. And then release the right hand, bring the left knee up. If you need, shift your hips a little bit, draw the knees in and go to the left side. Take your left hand to the outside of the right leg. As the knees go left, the belly, ribs, and chest roll to the right. Extending the opposite arm, the head looks up or over to the right. Last breath, bring it out. And then release your hand, unwind back to the center. As you come to the center, pause for a moment. Feel the release of energy that's happening. And then let yourself be guided by that energy. Take these last few minutes to allow for freedom, really. A response that comes from your deepest knowing. Ask what's needed and let yourself respond from that place by the unlimited power of spirit that you are. It might be a pose. Maybe you move into bridge or shoulder stand, or just a simple exploration of movement somehow. That knowing comes from deep within you. And sometimes it shows up as a thought, and you follow the thought. And then you're back, and you're in the body, and you feel how it moves in. I am supported by the unlimited power of spirit. I am moved by the unlimited power of spirit. I am the unlimited power of spirit. And that unlimited power of spirit is your resource. It is one that is love and filled with potential and light. Take another few moments and let yourself be shown what's needed. And dare to follow the deep inner longing of the moment. You cannot do this wrong. And then over the next few moments, please just set an intention for this flow to come to completion. And then follow how it brings you there to take rest. And have whatever props you need so that you're comfortable and you can let go. You might like something under your knees or a roll under your neck, and I would highly recommend something over your eyes. And then let your body just splay out. Take a breath and let the back body dissolve to the earth that holds you. And another breath. And feel the front body soften. And then another breath as you Visualize and feel into the light right in the soft belly. Hmm. And as you breathe, each breath invites that light to grow a little bit more and invite a deeper and deeper letting go. The light spreads through the torso, down the legs, out the feet. With each breath, it travels up through the shoulders, out through the arms and the hands and the fingertips. And the light fills the head and the face. And this light flows through every pore of the skin. As the outer body softens and dissolves to this light and healing, and you rest in the light that you are, the unlimited power of spirit that you are. Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanam Mrityormukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanam Mrityormukshiyamamritat Swaha. So as you hear the sound of the bell and my voice, just invite awareness back through those sense doors, hearing any sounds around you, even the sound of your own breath as you deepen it a little bit. And as you deepen the breath, feel back into the physical body. And you can invite a little movement of fingers and toes, and then a little bit more of a stretch as you reach into yourself. That organic way the body moves and comes back. And then gradually draw your knees to your chest and roll to one side. And to pause there for a moment and feel the gift that you are, the unlimited power of spirit that you are, the hope, the light. And then bring your hands to the earth and please come on up to sitting. Come sit on your blanket or your cushion, chair if that works for you. Pause for a moment to feel yourself right here and now. In this body and mind and heart, energy, connection to source. And then please take your right hand into what we call Vishnu Mudra. We'll be using the thumb and then the ring finger. Now these two fingers can be tucked in, or if it's more comfortable, you can rest them on the third eye. Take your thumb on the right nostril, gently close it, and take just a few breaths in and out through the left side, and feel that breath and trace that breath that it flows along the right side of the spine, right side of the central channel. The top of the next breath, close the left nostril with the ring finger and release through the right. Take a few breaths along the right side. At the top of the next breath, close and release the left. At the bottom, inhale to the top. At the top, close, and this time hold. If you like, tuck the chin a little bit. Release the right, exhale. At the bottom of your breath, inhale. At the top, you close and hold. Release the left, exhale. And continue in that way, finding your own rhythm as you inhale, hold, and release through the opposite side. So let's do that for a few more rounds. This alternate nostril, anulom vilom breath. Balancing the hemispheres of the spine, the holding breath, of course, creating more neuroplasticity. the next exhaling breath from the left side to be your final round. And then let your hands relax. Take a breath through both nostrils and feel the effect of this breath. Sit for a few moments in the resonance of it, expansiveness. And then from that place of expansive awareness, that power of spirit, listen for your guidance today. Given all that's happened here in my life, what is the knowing for me now? And listen inwardly. If you like, you can write this or just simply listen as the words or the feeling arise for you. What do I need to remember? As this voice of wisdom and spirit tell you, this is what I have to say to you. This is what you need to remember. And if a phrase or word really call you, repeat that to yourself. Until you continue to fill with the feeling of that. And remind yourself, I am supported by the unlimited power of spirit. And then take a breath. And as you exhale, send these blessings out, please, to everyone and everything everywhere. And in this way, may we share the merit of our practice to the awakening of all. May all recognize they are supported and are the unlimited power of spirit. And it is with great gratitude for our time together, for our practice, for this precious human life. And so in closing, if you'd like, join me. Let's chant the sound of Om and our dedication. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let's begin with the sound of Om. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And as we bring our hands in prayer, may all beings everywhere know peace and joy and love and light. May all awaken and recognize their true essential nature. May peace prevail. And may all beings everywhere know happiness and the root of happiness. May all beings be free of all suffering and the root of suffering. May this reach out to touch all hearts everywhere, omitting none. And then gently bowing to your own heart as a recognition. Jai Bhagwan Namaste. I bow to the light that you are. And to each other, I bow to the light that you are. So may we each remember this light that we are, that this is what we have to do. Share this light so that everyone remembers who they are. Thank you for coming to be with me. Have a wonderful day. My love and my blessings to you.